right, guys, after many technical difficulties, every time my buddy here, AJ Stoll, we had AJ Stoll from Bonesaw here. Say, hey, AJ.
What's up, guys?
What's up? So we had some technical difficulties, but we're back, and got the my TV, radio, and film major right down the street at Rowan University, right there. So excited. So we had AJ here from Bonesaw. It's your first beer fest here at Atlantic City Beer Fest. Not your first beer fest, but what do you think?
This is awesome, man. This is it's huge. There's 250 breweries here. Everybody's having a great time. There's a ton of people. It's awesome.
And you guys made the collaboration. The official beer of AC Beer Fest was done in your brewery. We just have Mike Kivowitz here.
Yep.
He was talking about it. So we had a collaboration of 11 breweries using your recipe to make a Pilsner. Tell us a little about that beer.
So Mike approached me and he said, "Hey, do you guys want to do the official beer for Atlantic City Beer Festival?" And I said, "Okay, that sounds really cool. It's going to be our first year. People will notice us." And then we started talking, and I thought, why don't we make it a collaboration beer, since we've got space, and I wanted to meet the neighbors, so I invited all the breweries I could think of. Some of them that I knew, some of them that I didn't. Obviously, Mike put the word out, and all said and done, I think we had. You said 11. Don't quote me. But a lot of breweries.
Yeah.
There. I mean, we had people as far away as Sigmeister and Teuton and stuff coming down just to hang out. So. It was a great day. There were way too many cooks in the kitchen, so it was like really easy lifting. So we basically just played basketball and cooked lunch and brewed and hung out, and it was really an awesome time.
So we cover South Jersey beer. We've been covering for a couple years right now, and when you guys opened, it kind of changed things a little bit, and in a good way, because you have this big, gigantic, beautiful tasting room that was well thought out. And clearly, here in Jersey, we had the struggle of opening up in an industrial park.
Yeah.
And just kind of fitting things around. And you were able to build from the ground up. And they brought you along pretty early to figure out how the brewing system was going to go. So they got what they wanted, instead of putting something in and getting somebody to figure out what they wanted to do. So tell us a little bit about how it is to build a brewery here in New Jersey.
Oh, man. So this isn't my first rodeo. I've built a lot of breweries in a lot of places, and each one has its unique challenges and opportunities, and we all know that the brewing scene in New Jersey is newer than Colorado, California. So it's a really exciting time, and there's a lot of people jumping in and doing a lot of cool stuff. So we were actually able to find this plot of land and this cool spot to do this, and we kind of reverse engineered it. We kind of started with ourselves as consumers, and we thought, what do people want from a brewery? And it's like you said yourself, a lot of these breweries have got 10 seats in their tap room, or they're shoved in an industrial park with no parking, or they're like way off the grid, or all these kinds of things. So we basically picked this spot right by Rowan, right on 322. We built,
My 3 kids that are Rowan, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We just sort of, we built this thing that not only had the power to produce a large volume of beer for distribution. We always wanted to be a production brewery, but also we tried to create an environment that people actually wanted to hang out in and would be comfortable in, and would bring friends and family to, and have a meal and all this stuff that we think is like the whole point. You don't want to be shoved into a dark, dimly lit corridor, drinking a beer. Like we wanted you to have a couch in front of a fireplace and be able to enjoy yourself.
I feel like Bonesaw represents the next evolution in New Jersey craft beer, where we actually have built a market for it, and somebody like you and the doctor can come in here and build something that is kind of not like just fitting into a spot. Building what you want to build, you build its dream, I think.
Yeah.
And to be able to have the way that you figured out how to have a space where people could eat, people could park. I mean, people thank you for making parking, because that is one of the hardest things we see the brewers run into.
And we still have to put in more parking because we thought we had too much. It turns out it's not enough.
I know, but you guys are always busy. You guys are always busy. But you guys are always busy, but it doesn't feel busy when you're in there. I mean, because of the way that the space is laid out. So it's kind of like your first year. This is kind of like your welcome to the party kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you've had a pretty extensive background. It's a Funky Buddha, I think. And
oh man, I've been all over. Started a brewery in Ireland. I was director at Funky Buddha for a couple of years. Helped build a big company in California. Was a consultant for all this stuff.
And you're a young guy.
I'm not old.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy. So the next step for Bonesaw, where do you see you guys going from here?
Just onward and upward. One of the things that I think we did very right at Bonesaw was we planned not just 1 or 2, but like 5 and 10 years into the future as far as what we want to do. We've got another plot on the back for a second building to put stuff into when we want to start a big extensive barrel program and some wild stuff down the line. We want to put in canning and bottling capabilities so we can actually start that part of our production and distribution. And then, the sky's the limit. Like, you could drop brew pub in Philly or New York or who knows,
It's nice to see how people that have plans and I guess capital too to be able to do stuff like this, to be able to do what you want right off the bat. It's it's a good thing to have to happen, but to not just stop there, to be able to expand on that original idea, and that's kind of cool.
I mean, we're all builders. There's 4 of us in, like, I guess what you would call the core team, and we're all driven, hungry, motivated builders. We never rest on our laurels. We always want to be doing more and more and more stuff, getting more great beer out, to the people that enjoy it.
What do you guys have here at the festival this weekend?
We're pouring. So we have the collaboration beer, the Allianz or whatever. I don't speak
Alliance
German.
in German.
Alliance in German. Yeah, that's the technical name. So we're pouring that. That's like I guess you would. I think the BA style guideline is contemporary American Pilsner.
And it's great. I mean, it really is good.
Oh, cheers! I think we did a good job.
I think you guys did a great job. You did. It's drinkable,
Yeah.
a lot drinkable, which is great for our friend Mike, who this is his big party week.
Oh yeah.
And he'll cop right to it. He already did. It's drinkable, it's true to style. It's very flavorful. And in the days of IPAs, this is what made beer: pilsners, lagers.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's so awesome to see that. So.
Well, and the part of the story I forgot to tell is, it's not just a collaboration in name. We actually collaborated on parts of the recipe too. And one of the things we did is I didn't write a hop schedule, so I just took all of these like 25 industry people into our walk-in.
They taught in the cold box.
And we just started pointing at things, and then everyone's shouting out this and that and everything, and everybody got onto the new Steiner hop called Lotus, and somebody else noticed I had this obscure New Zealand hop and all this stuff, and so I just picked the 3 that I thought kind of made the most sense, and prayed.
That's awesome. It's kind of awesome. So you're pouring that. What else do you have over there?
Then we've got our traditional German style Pilsner called Pummel.
Awesome.
We have our Crimson Skull Vienna Lager. We have our, I guess, flagship, if you would call it, not by a large margin, but it's our IPA called Swoosh, which was sort of my take on like West Coast New England mashup. So it's a little bit hazy, but it's also dry, but it's also got all these tropical hops, blah, blah, blah. And then I think the 4th one's our Belgian Golden, or Belgian Pale Ale, Belgian Blonde Ale, thank you, called Le Petit Demon, the Little Demon.
So lots of good beers here at Bonesaw. And if you guys were out and about, they're over there near the Rowan campus. I guess you would call it the west side of the Rowan campus. Easily accessible from 55, 322, wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Beautiful building, great beers, great people. It feels like you guys have been around for a long time. That's the thing, like when Tom and I and Joe start talking, like it's like you never weren't here. It's a weird thing.
It's weird. I feel the same way every day. I feel like this has been 10 years, and I feel like we just opened yesterday, like at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. So I want to thank AJ for stopping by. Stop by and see them over at the booth. If you come to a late session tonight, get over there and try the collab beer, the official beer of AC Beer Fest. The guys are really proud of it. They did a really good job with it. And thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. Cheers. It's AJ from Bonesaw Brewing, and we will be back with Ingrid from Tucko Brewing Company momentarily.